All right, it's time to get away. Today we're heading to Portland, Oregon.
Yes, travel journalist Justin Welter back with a wonderful place. Great to see you. We're talking Portland, best known for its outdoor activities. Tell us all about the 4T Trail Loop.
Well, every time I go to Portland, I fall in love with that city over and over again. The 4T Trail Loop is 4 different ways of exploring the city through 4 different modes of transportation. So it's a 10-mile loop. The first one I'm going to talk about is the tram, where you can go up the tram 3,300 feet. You'll see me walking to the entrance of the tram here. You get 360-degree panoramic views of the city.
Gorgeous.
There's the city, there's the beautiful nature. You see Mount Hood in the background, which is the most iconic mountain there. The trams go back and forth. It's only a 3-minute ride for $7, so the tram is a beautiful, beautiful way to see this city. The second T is trails. You can either do them by hiking, you can either take a bike. Here's me looking at the map. This is going to show the overall total loop, the 10-mile loop. The one thing I noticed most about the trails in Portland is the vegetation is way different than Los Angeles. You see the moss, the forest, the green. It's so wet.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. You're hiking in the forest. You can, again, do it by foot or by bike. The next T I'm going to talk about is you can hop on a train. The train station that I hopped on was actually at the Oregon Zoo. So for families, this is a great way to do the city where you can go to all these different modes of transportation and stop along the way. You can go to shops, you can go to restaurants. And then the final T, any guesses what the final T is, anyone?
Drum roll.
Trolley.
Yes.
All right, so the Portland city in the downtown, the heart of the downtown area has a trolley system. Again, very super easy, sustainable way to get around the city in this 10-mile loop, the 4T loop. I really love it as a way to explore the city.
One thing about Portland, and you just showed it here, and you've talked about it, haven't been there, it is so easy to get around.
Yes.
And a lot of times when we think about public transportation, there may be just some
Gaps.
yeah, or there may be some kind of, is it safe? I mean, it's clean, it's safe, it can get you anywhere, it can get you quickly. And I do love the fact, too, there's a lot of great beer pubs and restaurants in there as well. So, I mean, there's so much to do.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about another fun activity that's perfect for anyone who is not afraid of heights, tree climbing. Chris won't do this. He shivers.
I would shiver.
Well, tree climbing, I think going to Portland, one of the unique things to do is get to the top of the tree line. Here is a place using Expedition Old Growth. It's a company where they take you to the top of the tree line. If you take a look at that video, stunning, stunning views. This is a way of doing it. You're basically like climbing an invisible ladder. That is the owner of the company, Damien, doing it. You can do it of 3 different ways. One, where you don't have to climb at all and they hoist you up and you can just go. Anyone from 5 to over 70 can do this. The second way is where you actually climb. Here's some footage of me climbing the tree using the pulley system and basically the invisible ladder I spoke about earlier. And then the third experience, you could climb to the top and actually camp out and do an overnight stay at the top of a tree.
Oh, wow.
So it's a really, really cool, unique experience. And once you get to the top of the tree line, the views, you can see in some areas, Mount Hood, Mount St. Helens, stunning, 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 stunning views that it's an experience that not many people get to get the view of the tree line experience. And that is climbing the tree using that invisible ladder. And it is such a fun way to explore.
Is that you?
It. It is me.
That's
Look,
him.
nice drone video, man. That's well done.
You talked about staying there.
Yeah.
So is it almost like a little tent on the side of a mountain? You're doing the same type of thing in a tree line?
Exactly. So it's a very unique experience where you can spend the night above the tree line overlooking beautiful forests in Portland.
And there are companies that you hook up with
Yes,
that can help you do
Expedition
it?
Old Growth is the company that I totally recommend. The guy who founded, his name is Damien. He is an arborist by nature, and they use sustainable ways to get you to the top of the trees. And
That was my question. Are you hurting the tree? I didn't want to go there necessarily.
No, so how they do it is they actually use like, guns, not guns, but to shoot up the ropes. And then once they get to a snug spot, then he climbs up and makes sure it's secure.
Okay.
The trees are not hurt.
Will Damien bring me breakfast in bed?
Yes.
Oh, yes, Damien.
And here's the thing, you can tell Justin is young because the thought of staying in a tent in a top of a tree is fine, but for old men like Chris and I, where we have to go to the bathroom to eat
Yeah, you
time,
just go off the side of the tree. It's perfect. Come on.
down.
Come on.
I actually had that thought in my. I'm sure they have buckets or containers or something.
just go.
By the way, spoken like a dude.
Yeah.
Just go off the side.
Right.
It's no big deal.
Yeah, Henry doesn't want to be below me. What about, okay, you mentioned biking in the 4 Ts that you talked about earlier, or the 4T trail.
Yeah.
I don't want to make sure I get it right. But let's talk about just Portland itself. places you can bike to.
It's a very walkable city. It's also a very bikeable city. So here's 3 B's I put together of things you can do by bike. The first thing is breweries. There's over 70 breweries. Here's me biking along one of the bridges. Beautiful view of the Willamette River. And there's over 70 breweries. Here's one of the newest ones, Fracture, enjoying beers. Here's at these breweries, they also have food trucks all along the way. Just enjoying the beautiful scenery here on the bike. Some other breweries went to Grand Fir Brewery, and then also one that's very popular, Four Sours Cascade. It's very, very well known for its sour beers, very delicious beers. So that is the brewery scene. Booze. Aviation American Gin.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Our guy,
Ryan Reynolds owns this distillery.
Or he did. He sold it, right?
Well, he's a part owner. He has a majority stake ownership. They have an immersive tour where you can go smell the ingredients, where you're actually learning all about how they make it through all the different stages of the process. Then you end the tour in his office. So you get to go in his office. But here's the twist. You ready for the twist? When we show you the footage of the office. That's Blake and Ryan. Those are the 2 machines right there. His office is actually an escape room. So you end in an office, that picture of him on the wall starts talking and then gives you instructions where you have to basically escape.
That's cool.
The escape room. Super, super cool. I love, love, love escape rooms. So then once you escape, then you are treated to tasting his gin, having the drinks, enjoying the cocktails.
I gotta do that.
Such a very cool, immersive experience.
great idea.
Then the final B I'm going to give you is bookstore. Powell's
Real quick, before we change it, what kind of drink?
That is, I believe,
Was it like a raspberry mimosa?
Well,
or
I can
something?
tell you this. It has
it's got
gin
it
on
has
it.
Aviation American gin.
Yeah, there you
in it.
go. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the
No,
spot.
I
I
forget what
actually
else
want to
it
know.
wasn't in a Brody.
I want to
It was-
recreate
It was
it.
one of their specialties.
Okay.
And then the final B bookstore, Powell's Bookstore. It is the world's largest independent bookstore in the world. It is 3 levels of 10 color-coded rooms. Here's me walking through some of the different rooms. And the books, there's over 1 million books in this bookstore. It takes up the full city block. It is world famous. They also have a rare bookstore section in there. And they have books that are signed by Amelia Earhart and all these like crazy Lewis and Clark books. That's the
Are they
the rare
for
book
sale?
section.
Those-
Yes, all the books are for sale, or most of them, I believe. But yeah, Powell's Bookstore is a staple in Portland.
All right, I love seeing a good waterfall. And I know
Yes.
that there are a lot of them there
Yeah.
that you can hike to.
Yes, so the waterfall hiking there is incredible. Just about a 45 minute drive from the downtown area. You can be treated to beautiful, beautiful waterfall hikes. World famous Multnomah waterfall. Here
Wow.
it is. It is stunning. This is iconic for Instagram, social media, but beyond that, it's just beautiful. There's the waterfall, the bridge, super iconic. To get to that bridge, it's only a 1/4 of a mile hike, so very easy for hiking. There's me
doable.
at the top of the bridge looking at the upper waterfall and then looking down below to the lower waterfall. And then about a 10-minute drive or ride, a little, I can't remember which direction. One direction is La Tourelle waterfall. It's a different type of waterfall system. Again, beautiful hiking, the green trails, the moss, stunning. I recommend. The parking is a little difficult in this area, so they have actually a shuttle going from the city. It is called, let me see here, it is called the Columbia Gorge Express Shuttle, and that is only $15 round trip for an adult and a minor to go on it. They have 8 trips going to and from this location from the city. It's a good way to avoid the parking lines, and in the summer, you have to actually reserve parking spots. So it does get a little crowded in this region, but look at that beautiful waterfall. It
good
is a
reason,
stunning,
yeah.
stunning location. That is La Tourelle waterfall, a little less crowded than Multnomah, but again, the hiking there is beautiful.
I remember I did Multnomah
Okay.
with the family, and the bridge is very easy, very accessible, beautiful. But I do remember a lot of switchbacks going up to the top. I don't know if you went to
I
the
didn't
top.
go to the top.
Okay, I was
yeah.
going to say, and I just point that out because I think it's one of those that you don't have to be an experienced hiker to get up there, but
Yeah.
certainly you have to be somewhat physical condition, I think,
Yeah.
or elderly is going to be a little tough,
Yeah.
just to go up there. But I will tell you this, I've climbed a lot of places with falls, and that is one of the most beautiful falls you're going to see anywhere.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
Stunning.
Yeah.
beautiful.
All right, finally, where to stay?
Yeah, I love Hotel Zags. It's in the heart of the downtown area. This is kind of a view of a drone shot of the courtyard. It has an expansive courtyard with fire pits, restaurant, bar, and it is located again in the heart of the city. It's a 5-story, 5-floor retrofitted hotel. My favorite part about the hotel is when you this is kind of the area it is located in the city, in the Portland area. Inside the hotel, it has a new, renovated, freshly boutique, modern vibe. But they have something that's super unique that I haven't seen in many hotels around the world. They have a gear shed. So as a part of being, having a room in the hotel, you have access to bikes. You have access to skateboards, helmets, games for the kids. So the gear shed that we might take a look at in a second it's a great resource that you don't have to go out and rent bikes. The bikes that we use were actually from the bikes in the hotel. Here's kind of
so you kind of check it out, like you check out a book.
Yeah, so it's almost like a library for gear.
Yeah,
and it's a really unique thing that I think more hotels should start doing around the world. That's the gear shed behind that metal gate, and it's got a fresh boutique vibe. It's really modern, and I highly recommend Hotel Zags. Had a great stay there.
No, it's stuff you would want to use. I was kind of thinking it's just like a shed.
No, here we go. Here's the gear shed. Me walking in. Bikes. You have bags. You have basketball, football, skateboards, cornhole.
I love it.
All of it, right? So it really is your kind of one-stop shop hotel to get all the fun and activities that you and the family. Very family friendly. When you guys ask a lot of times, is this a family-friendly destination? I would highly recommend any family to go to Portland. It is a simple, direct flight from LA, about a 2.5 hour flight. And it does feel like being in a totally different energy, vibe, landscape on the West Coast that I love going to Portland.
Justin, thank you so much. You always give us such great ideas.
Absolutely.
You can follow
You're the
Justin's
man.
travels by visiting his website. Go to justinwelter.com or on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Find him at ATW Justin.